Hey guys and gals, my name is Quinlan if you did not know that, and today I'm going to be reviewing Diego Shabba's newest EP, Getting High at the Crib. Diego Shabba is a local Makanda resident, an artist and talent, and he actually asked me to review this EP, and I was a little bit reluctant at first because, he is a local artist, but first of all I've wanted to review local music for quite a while. But more importantly, I enjoyed the project to a certain extent, as we will get into later. The EP is 7 tracks and around 21 minutes long, and it sees Diego Shabba trying to embody what he was doing and what he was going through during lockdown. He was mostly getting high at the crib, hence the name, and playing GTA 5, hence all of the samples within this EP.
Nigga. What?
The first track, White Paper Pilot, with Mondo and Zero, is a solid introduction track, and it is going to be embodying what is going to come from the rest of the EP. The beat is quite chilled, it's very nice, I quite like the vocal sample within it, gives it a very nice upbeat, chilled vibe, and for the most part, you are just going to be chilling, enjoying the track, vibing to it while it's on, and then going about your day, not necessarily thinking about the track or having anything to think about after the track. I like how Diego Shabba takes you on a journey when he is getting high. He's talking about how he wakes up, gets up, smokes a joint, goes onto an aeroplane, greets the stewardess, gonna hit her up later, and then carries on with the story as he goes through his verses. I really like Mondo's verse in particular because he's got quite a lot of nice alliteration and assonance. The room's so smoke you need a hazmat, flashbacks, what you getting talking, and you ash that. The weed still smoking, make it past that, back tomorrow, how I'm on the Rondo rap track. There are just some really nice rhymes and alliteration in it, and it provides a nice versatility and variety to the track. And the same can be said about Zero, who has a nice different vocal tone and delivery. And it just provides for a little bit of nice variety, and I wish there was a little bit more of it throughout the rest of the EP. But I'd say the reason why this hasn't necessarily made it onto my favorite tracks is first of all because there's not that much going on, but more importantly because the vocals are mixed a little bit too low for my liking. And I can understand that you don't want the vocals to necessarily be in the forefront for most of these tracks, because when you are high you don't want to listen to really abrasive vocals. You kind of just want a beat and some distant vocals behind that. The next track, Smoke Break, is my least favorite from the EP. I just find it to be really, really long and quite monotonous. My favorite part about this whole track is the bass within the instrumental, but it's so timid, it's so afraid, it's just chilling in the background. I wish it was a lot more aggressive. As I said, I can understand when you're high and you're chilling, you don't want necessarily aggressive, crazy sounds, but I just would have liked the bass to be a bit louder. The next track, Peace Volume 2, Nowadays, is what Smoke Break was trying to be but failed to achieve. It is such a nice vibe track. It's one of the most solid tracks on this EP, and I think it's what he was trying to do with this whole EP. He was trying to replicate this type of sound in the fact that you can chill, you can vibe to it, and there are some very nice instruments. I like the jazz, sort of saxophone coming in during the chorus. I really like the subtle piano as well coming in during certain parts of the track, and the chorus is really nice and really vibey. Then we've got the skit, which is taken straight from GTA, and I quite like the various skits or the various moments where he has sampled GTA 5, like on the outros of White Paper Pilot and Smoke Break. It just adds a professional feel to it, and the one person who comes to mind is Madlib, of course, who uses a lot of vocal samples on various projects. It provides for a nice funny moment on the EP and is a nice break after 2 pretty hefty tracks, especially Smoke Break, and it helps embody what he was going through during lockdown and the influence that GTA 5 had on him. And on each of these vocal samples, the characters are saying something super wacky, or they're really high in the game in the moment, so it just adds to the general feel of the EP. On the next track, Loud Pack, I really like the sort of 30-second beat intro. It provides for a nice break as well. It sort of adds the interlude past the skit. So the skit is about a minute, then you've got another 30 seconds where you can just chill and listen to this beat. And I feel like it's a switch up in the general sound and the general aesthetic of the EP, because this is the closest thing to a banger that we are going to get. I really like the beat on this. It's really well produced and it gives me a stank face each and every time I listen to it. Diego comes through with some really nice flows, his delivery is on point, and he's sort of just in his element. Diego finds himself talking his shit, but also talking about the rap game or the music industry as a whole, as well as other individuals who are within it, and he's sort of critiquing them and critiquing the industry as a whole throughout this track, as well as the next track, Smart Street, which has a very weird and unique beat, but boy oh boy does Diego flow on this. He starts off and he just ends at the end, like he just raps throughout and he keeps on going and going and going and flowing, and it's really solid. I also like the name Smart Street, where it's like a play on words for street smart. It just shows you that he's once again a different cut from the cloth. He's not following the sheep, he's doing his own thing. There are some very nice sort of South African elements to it in my opinion, like the tambourine, as well as, it's not a cowbell, I don't know what the main thing is, I don't know what instrument that is, but it kind of reminds me of a cowbell in a way. But I like the track quite a lot, definitely one of my favorite tracks on the EP. He also has one or two really nice alliteration moments of his own on this track. Michelin with the missions that I'm invested in, paper chasing, you pussy chasing, now that's a different edge, and it also just really embodies how good he is as a rapper when he wants to be. The last track, Stuck in My Ways, sees Diego really bringing his vocals to the forefront. It's the first time over the course of the whole EP, and he's got a very nice feature through his sister on the chorus who compliments him when he is singing. But I think I would have just liked his sister to take the main role of the chorus, because I found that it would have been nicer to have that strong contrast. But his vocals are fine, his singing is fine, it's just I would have preferred her to just be in the forefront because I liked hers a little bit more and I feel like it's more of her forte. So in general, this EP is solid from back to front. It is an embodiment of what he was going through during lockdown, and it definitely captures a vibe in a moment and a couple of emotions during that. But for the most part, if you are into really laid back, chilled music while you are smoking joints, this is definitely the perfect project for you. So this EP was quite nice on the ears from back to front, and there were some moments that I really enjoyed, but for the most part I just think that he could be doing a lot more and could be really stretching his sound and his artistry to the next level. So this EP for me is definitely a 5 out of 10.
Just don't fucking shoot me, please!
And he shouldn't see that as an insult, because I'm comparing it to projects that are from the industry, that are majorly produced and have thousands of people working on it. That is going to wrap up my review for Diego Shabba's newest EP. What did you think of it? Please let me know in the comments down below. Please do check this EP out. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe. And what should I review next? Much love.